Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television. We are live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. The Nigerian Army has confirmed the killing of its officers who were on a peacekeeping mission to two warring communities in Delta State. Those who lost their lives include a lieutenant colonel, two majors, one captain and 12 soldiers. The Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, confirmed the incident yesterday. The unfortunate incident occurred when the troops responded to a distress call after the communal crisis between Okwama and Okoloba communities, both in Delta State. The reinforcement team, led by the commanding officer, was also attacked, leading to the death of the commanding officer, two majors, one captain, and 12 soldiers. The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has flagged off the distribution of exercise books across the country, restating the commitment of the administration of President Bola Tinubu to education in the country. The exercise books are expected to be distributed to primary school pupils and junior secondary school students across the country. Speaking at the flag-off, Senator Tinubu disclosed that the exercise, which is under the education program of the Renewed Hope Initiative, RHI, would give each state of the Federation 50,000 exercise books, while Kano and Lagos State would be 100,000 exercise due to their population. She also noticed that the distribution, which would be through state universal education boards, may be an annual event. The First Lady admonished the children present to focus on their studies, noting that the administration of President Bola Tinubu would ensure good life for all the children. The Court of Appeal in Abuja dismissed separate appeals seeking an order compelling the Code of Conduct Bureau to release the assets declaration forms of former presidents, their vice and National Assembly principal officers. The Public and Private Development Center and the incorporated trustees of the African Center for Media and Information Literacy had, in a separate suit, dragged the CBB, its chairman, before a Federal Capital Territory High Court for the refusal to honor a Freedom of Information Act demanding the assets declaration forms of former public office holders. PPDC sought the asset declaration forms of former President Goodluck Jonathan and his vice, Namadi Sambo, ex-President Muhammadu Buhari and his vice, Yemi Osibajo, while the African Media Center requested that of former National Assembly principal officers. The trial judge, A.J. Abdul Kafarati, dismissed the application, stating that the National Assembly did not prescribe the terms and conditions to apply for. Ondo State Government has approved the recruitment of 2,000 teachers into the state civil service as part of its effort to reposition the education sector. The state governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, made this known at the inauguration of late Rosa Jane Pelly Legacy Project at Fiwashaya Girls Grammar School, Akure. Aiyedatiwa, who was represented by his deputy, Olayide Adelami, said his administration would continue to prioritize education. Meanwhile, there was confusion in Edo State yesterday as chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Tony Aziegbemi, was kidnapped by a gang of armed men. Aziegbemi was said to have been captured a few meters to his residence of the government reservation area in Benin City. He was purportedly trailed by his abductors, who were said to be in two Toyota Corolla cars. The federal government has said the implementation of a committee to digitalize healthcare will ensure data policy regulation and respiratory management and serve as an ombudsman to establish a national digital health environment that will support the scale-up of digital health interventions. Speaking at the inauguration of the 20-person committee in Abuja, the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Mohammed Pati, said the digitalization of health will help to improve patients' experience and protection of data. The Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Tunji Alausa, said the lack of uniform data collection and management has presented the Nigerian healthcare system with numerous challenges and limited the development of the health industry. Borno State Governor Babagana Umaru Zulum laid the foundation for constructing an eye and dental hospital in Biu, the headquarters of Biu Local Government Council. The eye hospital will feature 2 operation theaters, consulting rooms, an administrative complex, and male and female wards with a combined capacity of 56 beds. Meanwhile, the dental hospital will be equipped with all the facilities necessary to provide dental care to the people. The governor stated that his administration has approved 2 eye and dental hospitals to be suited in southern and northern Borno to complement the one in Maiduguri. The managing director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, says that the commission will partner with medical experts to run its regional specialist cardiovascular and orthopedic hospital, which is still under construction in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Ogbuku, who disclosed this after inspecting ongoing works at the hospital, gave an assurance that the project will be completed and fitted with the best medical equipment before the end of the year. This was contained in a statement issued in Port Harcourt by the NDDC's Corporate Affairs Director, Pius Ugakboteni. The NDDC MD, who was accompanied by the Executive Director Project, Victor Antai, and other directors of the agency, was also noted that the health facility would meet international standards. In compliance with the directive of President Bola Tinubu on immediate reopening of land border with Niger Republic, the controller, Nigeria Customs Service, Kebbi State Command, Iheanacho Ojike, has reopened Kamba land border. While reopening the border, Ojike said Kamba is a strategic border with a major share in Kebbi State revenue generation. The border reopening was aimed at paving the way for legitimate trade that would impact positively on nation building, not permission for importation of prohibited items that would threaten the economy and compromise national security. This was stated by the spokesman of the command, SP Mohammed Saliu on Sunday. The International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, says it's committed to collaborating with the international community in addressing Nigeria's food and nutrition challenges. Dr. Donald Brown, IFAD Associate Vice President, Rome, made this known at the International News Conference on Saturday in Abuja, tagged Dr. Brown High-Level Mission to Nigeria. He said the mission was to deepen IFAD's partnership with the federal government and also support government efforts at food system transformation. According to him, the gesture is geared towards food and nutrition, security, improved livelihoods and smallholder farmers, and inclusive agro-industrialization. He further said IFAD worked in rural communities with smallholder farmers to improve food security in agriculture, adding that the organization had strong partnership with government. He assured that the organization would design a new project to support the government's food production value chain on climate adaptation. You're watching News Cycle, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the news cycle returns, only 7 banks can meet CBN recapitalization requirements. This and other stories coming right after this break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, if you've just joined us, this is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of the news cycle. On the foreign scene, Niger's government announced on Saturday that it was breaking off with immediate effect its military cooperation agreement with the United States. The declaration came just a day after a senior U.S. delegation left Niger following a 3-day visit to renew contact with the military junta that ousted the president and moved closer to Russia. Top UN officials have condemned the rising tide of anti-Muslim hate as the General Assembly adopted a resolution to push back against the scourge. The officials adopted a resolution in New York to commemorate the International Day to Combat Islamophobia, which is globally marked annually on March 15th. The new resolution tabled by Pakistan calls for, among other things, concerted action to fight ongoing violence against Muslims and requests the UN Secretary General to appoint a special envoy to combat Islamophobia. In business, President Bola Tinubu has declared that without national identity card registration and comprehensive data coverage, it is nearly impossible for the government to provide social welfare measures for the underprivileged in the country. Speaking at the Forum of State Chairmen of the All Progressives Congress APC at the State House in Abuja, Tinubu assured Nigerians that his administration is tirelessly working to enhance their living standards. According to him, local authorities must advocate for the acquisition of the National Identification Number (NIN) by citizens, essential for strategic planning, structuring supportive interventions and integrating them entirely into relief schemes. The leaders of the Fulani nationals in Nigeria expressing concern over the challenges faced by pastoralists have issued a stern warning threatening to halt the sales of livestock nationwide if their grievances are not addressed. The communique issued at the end of the FUB National Security Summit organized by the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, was represented by the national president of MACBAN, Baba Uthman Ngilzama. Ngilzama emphasized that pastoralists have been unfairly targeted for crimes in the country, joined by leaders of Tabital, Polaku International and Fulbe Global Development and Rights Initiative. Ngilzama alleged that the government has not made significant progress in addressing the root causes of the current conflict and the challenges faced by the Fulani community. No fewer than 17 out of the existing 24 deposit money banks may be unable to meet the Central Bank of Nigeria's capital requirement if it is increased from its current 25 billion naira. The CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso had in several forums stated that the Apex Bank would consider an increase in the minimum capital base of banks in the country as part of its effort to strengthen their capacity to support Nigeria's drive to become a $1 trillion economy by 2026. The current capital base is stratified based on the type of banking license. Banks with regional, national and international licenses are currently expected to maintain a minimum capital base of 10 billion naira, 25 billion naira and 50 billion naira respectively. Socioeconomic Rights and Accountability Project SERAP has urged the Senate President Godswill Akpabio to urgently refer the allegations that lawmakers padded the 2024 budget by irregularly inserting projects worth 3.7 trillion naira to appropriate anti-corruption agencies for investigation and prosecution. SERAP urged him to immediately reinstate whistleblower Abdul Ningi, who was recently suspended from the Senate over his allegations that the lawmakers padded the 2024 budget by irregularly inserting projects worth 3.7 trillion naira. And that's it on the news cycle, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on our social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching. See you again.